Hello everybody and welcome to our show. I am very happy. Today is the first episode of our show, Living in Weston, a TV show that will bring you the latest trends in real estate, what's selling, what has sold, Weston happenings and events.
Tune in to Town Talk on Advanced Cable's Channel 13 to watch Core's new TV show, Living in Weston, or visit CoresCorp.com to watch online, exploring the latest in Weston's real estate market and lifestyle.
Hi, and welcome to Three Loud Women. We are filming live here at IKEA Sunrise, and we are proud to be a part of the IKEA family, and we invite you to be a part of the IKEA Family Rewards program too. I'm Allison Thompson, also known as Therapy Head. I'm a psychotherapist who believes that therapy can be fun, and I'm here to bring my 20 years of experience to the table.
I love how everyone's looking at me
Yes,
expectantly. Hi, I'm Stephanie Goldberg Glazer. I'm the Florida Keys girl. I'm obsessed with all things food, wine, and travel and bring these passions to Three Loud Women.
And I am Tiana McDonald, the InStyle Diva, and I am loud and proud about style, social media, and motherhood. And the net.
There's a net.
I'm like,
we have a guest today.
I'm super excited about today's topic.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
It's things you should never do for your kids. So I read this article by a woman named Kim Droz, and she wrote this really great story about just stuff you should never do for your kids. Don't be an enabler, because if you do these things, it leads to this and this and that. So the three things I want to talk about, actually four things, is
No, sorry, you only have three.
I have four.
Well, just start with one.
Don't be the helicopter parent, the one that swoops down to rescue your children. Let me say all of them and then we'll discuss.
Okay.
The second one is homework. 1 minute, and you know this, 1 minute you'll find yourself over the shoulder of your child, the next minute you'll be having the pencil and like saying, let me help you do it. The third one is, don't speak for them. Let them speak for themselves. Let them form their own identity. Let them communicate. Let them use their words. And the fourth one is let them choose their friends. They may be choosing them for different reasons, but you guide them. You do not choose their friends for them.
Parents choose their kids' friends?
Yes, absolutely.
How does that work? But what if you just don't like those kids?
Well, they say, well, we're friends with this parent, so you need to hang out with this one. You know, the parents do those kinds of things.
They do
all
those
the
kinds
time.
of things, and they force it on the kids.
Right, and or, you know, sometimes relationships change also from, you know, younger to older, and then they say, well, you've been friends with this one for so long, you need to get
You grew up next door to them. It's just natural that you be friends with them.
But it's
It
not
just
always
never
that
works.
way.
You're not.
You don't. When you're
Sometimes you
downstairs,
just don't click.
When we're downstairs at the dinner table, tossing it up and having drinks, we don't know what's going on upstairs when the kids are
Right,
playing.
maybe
They could
they
be
don't
like,
like each
I
other.
freaking hate you, and I'm only here because my mom freaking brings me every Monday. And then when it's time to go, it's like, come on down. And they're
Right,
like,
let's
okay.
go.
And
No,
you
no,
never hear
no.
anything about it. You know, so you don't know. But the huge thing is the helicopter mom, and I have an issue with that because I tend to be a helicopter mom
think?
sometimes. If I see like my
It's not
kids are
surprising.
in a particular situation or a questionable situation, I'm like, hey, you know. So I need, especially when it comes to sports. So I need to.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yes, and that's what they say. They go, you're one of those, and I get a talking to after the game from my kids. They say,
Oh, so you're embarrassing them.
I am. Because I'm like,
they're so
don't
little.
touch my. Yeah,
Right, so
I'm
not
not
only
subtle.
aren't you helping them, but
So you
you're
really
hurting
just shouldn't
them.
go to their games. is
No,
what
I
we're
should
saying.
go. I should go. I just need. I need to understand to control my emotions.
Well, perhaps
and
you
my
can
in the
mouth.
just,
back row.
Yeah, perhaps
Yeah.
you can just sit quietly and just watch.
Bring a book.
Allison, you're
Have you
you're a
met her?
spectator.
Have you met her?
Thank you.
She
no,
can't sit
have
quietly.
you met her? She's a spectator. It's hard to sit back and watch.
Look, I mean,
Did you see the YouTube clip that's circulating right now? And will be, I'm sure, for the next year, where there's kids that are playing basketball, and the kids are between 10 and 11, and one kid sucker punches a kid, and I mean, it's insane. And you play it. It has over 3 million hits
Okay,
right
so
now.
And
And the
what's
question
the
is,
point?
what would
What's
you
the
do
relevance?
if you're the parent in the
I would
in
talk to the
audience?
coach.
Someone had to be filming
That's what I would do. I would talk to the coach. I would never. I don't think it's okay to address children. You know,
Oh, I don't either.
You know,
No, no, no.
independently. If someone
but
did
but
something
was it
violent, violence is different. That's a safety issue, and I think you go with a safety
Was it a
issue.
league sport or was it just some kids
It was a
playing
league.
basketball?
No, it was a league
Oh, well, then
sport.
you have to talk to the coach.
Right, then you talk
Let the
to the
coach
coach.
do
Well,
it. That's their
the
job.
ref blew the whistle, pencil and
Right. That's
addressed
what they
it.
do.
So how do you feel about the homework?
Oh, well, here's the thing.
Yeah, because listen, it gets a little. Yeah.
Here's the thing. It is much easier to do your child's homework. You know,
Of course it
and
is.
so it's very.
We're not condoning it. We're just saying.
No, I
it's
don't.
a statement.
I've never done my
Right.
daughter's
It's
homework.
easier to.
And I never encourage parents to
Mm-hmm.
do anything like that for their children because guess what? You'll be doing it till 12th grade.
Yeah, till
And
college.
look, you know how I
Exactly.
feel. I've been to school already.
Right,
You know,
and I'm doing
I
it
will
again.
tell you
I'm not doing homework for kids.
My mother is the most stubborn human being alive. Sorry, she is. And I get it, honestly. And she never, when I needed help with my homework when I was a little kid, I would be like, how do you spell whatever?
And she would say,
She'd be
"How do
like,
you
how do
think
you
you
think you
spell-"
spell it?
That's
And we'd
what I
like,
do.
half an hour for one word.
I
Danielle, just tell me.
I go sound it out.
And she would
And you will
never
sit
tell
there for an
me.
hour
I have news
sounding
for
it
you.
out.
Guess what? That's what parenting is.
Right.
So your mother
Did the
you should
right
go
thing.
home and kiss her tonight because
will,
she did
'cause I'm
the,
living
She's gonna come kiss you.
because she did the right thing. Because
That's what I did.
That's what parenting is
Sound
about.
it out.
It's not about doing the easy thing. It's about taking the hard thing. You've heard the
But
saying.
sometimes you just want to know what the answer
Yeah,
I
is.
know, but guess what? We're not doing them a service
but
if we
that's
do
not
that.
how they learn.
Right.
You know, I mean, so, you know, it's much easier for a parent to intervene. It's much easier for a parent to work out a dispute that two kids are having. It's, you know, and especially since you're emotionally connected to it. But you are not helping them, and all you're doing really is putting yourself in a
You're
position where
enabling.
you're going to be able to do. You're going to be doing that kid's homework for forever.
You already know how to spell whatever.
Right. What
You know-
about speaking for them?
Well, I think that it's extremely
grow
important
their own voice.
that we.
Use your words. man.
I don't know about you as much, but I
I
know
say use
you
your
and
words.
definitely
Yeah.
me have a very bad habit of either asking a question and/or speaking on behalf of someone else. And I
Absolutely.
think just in general, not just with children, but I think that in general we have to let people take responsibility for themselves.
Absolutely.
So in a restaurant, parents, when the waitress comes or
What
the
would you
waiter
like to order?
comes, have your kids order their
Yeah.
food
What do you
themselves,
want?
and that starts at age 4
And
or
please and thank
5.
yous go there.
Please and thank
Absolutely,
you, but don't
please
say
and
what
thank
would you
yous.
want.
What would you
Because
like to
then-
order?
Because if you're in if you're in a pizza place and your kid wants something totally off the wall, you give them choices, right? What would you want? Do you want the chicken fingers or do you
Well,
want
yes,
the pizza?
that's-
Yeah. I'd say at the kids'
No, but-
menu, I say these are the three
But
things
that's
you
a
can
What do you
have.
want?
discussion
Right, you let
even
them
before.
order.
That's
Okay.
a discussion
That's
before the
before the
server
waiter
comes to the
comes,
table. When the
right.
server
Right.
comes to the
Server,
table,
server,
when they
waiter,
look at your
whatever.
child, you need to look at your child too and say, tell them
What would you like?
want.
Well, and I say if you don't tell them, you won't eat.
That's right. I
Wow.
know people that
I
are
do.
still.
You're a hard ass.
Look,
Because guess
I'm a hard
what?
ass
Me too. High five to that. Because
that's
guess
how
what?
they learn to
I'm
be
not going to be here all the time.
Listen.
Use your words. Speak. You want water?
When I
Ask
was
for
a little
water.
kid, I asked for whatever I wanted.
Absolutely. But
So-
you learn how
Right,
to
but
become
you learned how to be
self-reliant.
And sometimes you end up being a 6-year-old in a fancy French restaurant
and
ordering
saying
a
you
hearts
don't
of palm
like
salad.
and saying you don't like the way it tastes.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
One more. Choosing their friends. Do you do that for Sophie?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Especially now that I have a child who's in 7th grade, and
It's
by the way,
different.
that's the most disgusting
It's middle school.
grade ever.
It's middle school.
It's
I
disgusting.
heard all middle school is disgusting.
You know, all of it.
Yeah.
Not specific to my daughter. Here's the deal. My daughter can choose her friends. The only time I will intervene is if their friends are doing something that I find not acceptable, and or if she's being mean to somebody else.
Okay.
Especially, you know,
Fair
that's
enough,
not
fair
accepted.
enough.
Other than that, they're not my friends, they're her friends. So while it's difficult and it might create some problems, it's really up to her to choose if they're her friends.
Fair enough.
She's not choosing my friends. So
Things
that's
you
just
should
hers.
never do for your kids. We want to know the things that you think you shouldn't do and the things that you do and you feel guilty
Do-do.
about. Do. And the things that you feel guilty about doing for your kids. So don't forget to type in Google and type in 3 Loud Women and you'll find all about us.
And if you're embarrassed to post it on our Facebook page, you can just email us and we'll post it anonymously.
we don't have
for
a
you.
problem embarrassing your story
Right.
anonymously.
Let your kids order their food by themselves at the restaurant.
They have to learn how to speak and use their words.
See you next time.
Bye.